Bum 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 ba-da-da-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-da-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-da-da-da-ba ba-da-da-da-da-da. That's running, that's running, that's running, that's running. Wait for them to get ready. Pull this up. Let's go. 400 starboard, but 1600 cactus flesh. Bizarre. Look at all them dogs! I hope the dogs are okay.
Hello.
Hello! There are so many dogs at my garden base.
Cool.
I am sharing the screen so you can see all the dogs. Look at them all! There's so many!
Whoa. That is some weird looking dogs.
I love them. There's also a storm going on, so I can't really be outside.
They are very duck-faced dogs.
They are. I love them. Also, I realized, so I've got that thing that produces stupid amounts of ammonia, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't really have any uses for ammonia, but if you process it, it turns into ferrite dust.
I presume that's useful.
That's incredibly useful. It's like your basic building resource. And you need stupid amounts of it to build all the, like, automatic mining things. I am never gonna run out of ferrite dust again.
Nice.
So now we wait out the storm and let the dogs have their food. I think they produce milk? I'm pretty sure they produce milk. I wish they'd produce eggs, because I need so many eggs. At some point I'm going to have to get a fourth base on a planet that just has a lot of animals that produce eggs. Just so I can have them for cooking.
Egg planet.
Egg planet. I need egg planet.
Flashbacks to that one seal video. Erg.
Seal video. I don't think I'm familiar with this, but I presume it's a seal saying egg. You know that one picture of a cat with, like, incredible amounts of whiskers and it just says deep sea creature? Anor?
What? I heard deep sea creature.
It's a picture of an orange tabby cat with just stupid amounts of whiskers against a really dark background. And the caption is just deep sea creature.
I have not seen this photo.
Darn, because I was about to say that's exactly what my cat looks like right now.
I can imagine the precise vibes that you're thinking of. I've just not seen that specific picture.
My god, that was from 4 pieces of animal food in like less than 5 minutes.
Are these new dogs rideable?
Presumably.
Whoa, the dogs have double tails.
It doesn't seem very happy about it, to be honest. My cat is yelling for food again, but I know that if I feed her, I'm gonna get into a Pavlovian cycle of every time I start a stream, my cat's gonna scream at me more.
The cat clock effect.
It'd be a cat clock effect if I was doing it around, like, 9 or so.
Cat clock effect, but only for streams.
Cat clock effect, but it's delayed an hour. Alright, so the dogs produce fresh milk, and the Stegosaurus cow beetles produce wild milk, which I think functions the exact same. I don't know why there has to be two different kinds. Right now I'm just waiting for all the plus symbols to go away to indicate that everyone's been fed. Or rather that any stuff that was going to be produced has been produced. Since the only one with plus symbols are way off in the distance, I think I'm good. Why does it have to park my ship right here? I don't have the stuff on me to build a landing pad because I haven't built storage in here because I didn't feel I needed to. Also, do you love my completely, like, identical hallway?
Wah, 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 wah.
This is what it looks like from above. Got them staggered out a bit so they don't overlap.
It's very geometrical compared to the home base.
Well, with this, I built it from the beginning with a distinct purpose and a distinct layout. The home base, I just kind of started with a cube and added more cubes as I needed room.
Yeah, that tracks.
It's the difference between a city that grew naturally and a city that had city planning. The one with city planning is easier to navigate, but everything looks identical. The one that grew naturally is horrific to navigate unless you're a native, but everything looks like it's supposed to be there.
Mm.
I think the absolute worst example of this is cities in Florida. Because there weren't really cities in Florida until after people figured out a way to deal with, malaria and stuff. So they were built fairly late after the idea of city planning had been very firmly established and developed. So they're really easy to navigate, but there's also an incredibly dystopian feel to them. And I think that says I just think that says a lot about just why Florida is like that.
All I can think of is like the grid system, but the New York one specifically.
Why New York specifically?
It's just a giant grid. It is a giant grid cubular buildings. With the cubular tunnel inside.
The trains are all cubes. The people are cubes. Cube people in cube shoes. I could have sworn there was a book about this. It's a Flatland joke.
joke about the one like official Minecraft book, and it was written by a guy who'd never played or understood Minecraft in his life. So he was writing a story about a guy who literally just woke up in a cube land where all the physics were cubes, and he was intimately aware of this.
I've seen that, and it wasn't like a well-known like survival writer.
Yeah. Who had just never touched Minecraft in his life until he was paid to.
That is a fascinating kind of horror. Hello, Biddy! Are your Rice Krispie treats progressing well? Biddy asks, why was this the one they paid to write a Minecraft book?
Celebrity casting. It's like how they just put celebrities in live action movies.
Yeah, and I hate it.
And it's not even because they're good at acting or good at the genre. It's just because it's a celebrity. And I imagine that was the same logic of hiring a famous survival writer to write an official Minecraft story.
I did not hear the question. I was wondering how your Rice Krispie treats were progressing. Watching marshmallow cereal be squished into a pan. I've increased the enrichment center. Eventually I plan to make separate bedrooms for them all.
I like how there's just a rotating orb in the enrichment center.
It's a globe. It's a decorative globe.
I was wondering what that thing was.
I mean, that's what the description says.
I'll choose to believe the description.
Biddy says the orb enriches me.
It is orb. It enriches. What further purpose does it have? It's the fact that it wasn't like a solid circle that was tripping me up.
Ah.
No, it's a hologram circle.
Biddy says, my headphones are dead, so my roommates are being forcibly exposed to Jaybird and Anor. Hello, Biddy's roommates! We're probably going to talk about philosophy and inventory management. Have fun.
And to the grueling everyday life of being a liver hunter.
It's been a while since we've gone out and done that.
Going back to our roots, liver hunting and adopting children. Facts that aren't related, I swear.
I mean, the latter isn't my fault. That's entirely on Biddy. Every single time we see a new NPC, Biddy evaluates it for Sunboy potential.
Adoptability evaluations.
Got an overflow of cadmium already. I'm just gonna process this all into chromatic metal. You chill. Well, that's why we stopped liver hunting. We realized that just feeding them had more potential.
Pragmatic altruism.
Correct. Also known as farming.
Yeah, basically how it works.
It's the equivalent of like, I could have sworn this is / was a thing of like having sheep or goats that are effectively wild and just kind of like keeping an eye on them and milking them, but not actively feeding them.
That's just kind of how it is with goats.
Yeah. I mean, I am actively feeding them, but they're not mine. They just kind of show up sometimes. Yes.
I've basically completed the fodder design where I was like, this random bird thing needs to be more obviously ethnic Chinese. Because that was a goal I decided mattered. Whatever.
Entirely fair.
Posting the finished pictures in more than one server.
You're
And
breaking
one
up a bit.
person, I was posting the finished results in servers that I'm in, and there's one response that says, "I would like to pet them and feed them sour gummy worms."
Fair.
To be fair, I did give this character a very round and soft face.
I realized the implication of instead of, because they're a bird, instead of feeding it worms, we're feeding it gummy worms.
These vegan worms are getting out of hand.
It's advanced worms.
They made artificial worms. What kind of madness?
Fadir inventing gummy worms because it just really likes worms but isn't willing to... but knows that worms will never become a mainstream food, so it has to get creative.
Worm propaganda.
Correct.
I'm now suddenly imagining someone like trying to protest gummy worms as a big conspiracy from Big Bird.
From Big Bird!
Right in the same time that one would say Big Pharma.
Big Bird! Wait, hold on. I need to... Biddy says... Oh god, do y'all remember the worm-eating movie?
The what?
Biddy, you're gonna have to extrapolate on that a bit.
It's like, damn, I don't know what you're talking about.
Biddy says there was a movie where the plot was eat 10 worms for a dare or take the forfeit. Worms in pants. That was the entire movie.
Was this supposed to be like a fiction concept or just a documentation of people actually doing this? Because it doesn't seem like material that would make for a good fiction movie. But it does seem like something that you could bill as a social experiment.
Biddy says it was a fictional movie.
Terrible fiction movie.
I believe that exists. I wholeheartedly believe that exists, and my reason why is you can build some fascinating things out of batshit concepts, and the 90s and early thousands are proof of that.
Yeah, fair. Someone was crazy enough to come up with the movie Human Centipede.
Biddy says it's called How to Eat Fried Worms. It's from 2006. I fucking called it.
I'm looking this up now.
It sounds
Mostly
like a
'cause-
2006 movie. Sorry, you were saying you're looking it up mostly because...
I want to see what the promo material looks like. Apparently, it's a 1973 kids book that was made into a 2006 movie.
What the Okay, sure.
The fact that this used to be a kids book kind of explains the concept a little more.
Yeah, but that seems like a weird thing to go, yeah, this is the book we'll choose to make a movie out of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, I found out that the little, like, the cuddle bugs, the little guys that kind of pull themselves along, they actually make food. You can't hand feed them. You can't interact with them by hand. But if they come by the automatic feeder, they will provide foraged pellets. Or not foraged pellets, foraged mushrooms.
Vending machine.
Vending machine. Yes, you can get meat from carnivore pellets. You have to process mordite and then process that again. It just kind of gives you, like, generic meat.
Mushrooms can be exchanged for goods and services.
So you get meaty chunks. Which sounds so horrific, but... I mean, that's
just a meatball.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's basically what meatballs are. Mystery meat pie.
My favorite food from the frozen section.
Ah, shit, my phone's almost dead. One sec. There we go. I have an app on there that's basically just a recipe list for No Man's Sky, which is incredibly useful.
I imagine it is.
Like, you can look up any material and be like, what things make this and what things can be made of it. And it does the same with food products. So anytime you have stuff where it's like, I don't know what to do with this, but I sure have a lot of it, it can be like, well, if you use it with this and this, you can make this.
That's nice.
It is. What's the app? What is it called? Well, I've got two of them. One is entitled Assistant for No Man's Sky, and the other one is Recipes for No Man's Sky. The Assistant one has recipes, but it's not as organized. But what it also has is language translations, records of, like, lore stuff. It shows you what materials you need to build things, as well as it gives you the answers to certain puzzles if you can't figure them out, or are not willing to risk getting it wrong. Not like lore ones or main story stuff, but like, you know, when you run into one of the observatories, like, here are some numbers. What is the next number in the sequence? It'll tell you if you can't do math, like I can't.
Just the grindy ones.
Just the grindy ones. But it's more difficult to navigate. Recipes for No Man's Sky is easier to navigate, but doesn't have all of that extra information. Yeah, it's the what item do you need to not have this guy die, that kind of thing.
Just depends on what you want, basically.
Yeah, which is why I have both, because they just, they're optimized for different things.
Yeah.
But now that everything is ready and we have everyone here, I believe it's time to talk to our final species. Aenor, since you were not here for this, we talked to Null again, and basically said that they were the first traveler and committed some unforgivable sin. Has not explained what this is, but based on what we heard the Atlas talk about, we might have a decent idea. So Null has asked us to help them understand the universe, how it came to be, why it's like this, and why the anomalies we're seeing have become so widespread rather than just being secluded. Because apparently there are multiple universes, each one very, very, almost identical to each other. But this one is unique because it's really going weird. There should not be this many anomalies. Travelers shouldn't be able to interact with each other. The space anomaly shouldn't be able to exist. And Null is trying to figure out why is this universe interesting? What's up with this one particularly? So they've sent us, to interact with representatives of each of the three races, and each one has given us an idea of their philosophy. So the Vy'keen do believe in the Atlas's existence, but their philosophy is basically, if the Atlas really is that powerful, then it must be either evil or insane because of the atrocities that have been committed in history. Because nothing that is good and that powerful would allow that to happen. The Korvax, on the other hand, were horrifically subjugated by the Gek, and in the pits of their despair prayed to the Atlas for escape. They became fanatics, essentially. And claimed that they made a transaction of some sort, and then it was fulfilled, which is why they continue to worship it. And they also believe that because of the way that the convergence works, they can transcend their existence and join the Atlas as a powerful being by combining the experience of every single individual into a single mind, i.e. the convergence. So we've yet to speak to the Gek, but those are the two philosophies we learned of last time.
So basically, all the different cultures have a different concept of what the same being is doing whatever.
Yes. Both of them believe in the Atlas and believe it is an incredibly powerful god. They just have very different views on its morality.
Okay.
Which it makes it all the more interesting that you see them interacting with each other on such positive terms, or at least neutral ones. Because these two races have philosophies that basically says that other race is worshipping the devil. And yet they coexist just fine. Oh yeah, Biddy and I discussed what our theory on the Gek philosophy is. And Biddy's theory is stonks.
I mean, yeah, isn't it?
Let's find out.
Oh, you mean in relation to the Atlas?
Yes. As a life form begins to speak, I hear a faint hum. The soft voice of Null, weaving the Gex word into something I can process. Null is translating for us, by the way.
Mm.
Information like that does not come for free, friend. Make me ideal. Perform work for my kin. Then we shall have something to speak about. So the other two also gave us quests to, like, get something or prove ourselves. For the Vy'keen, it was basically go to Space Mecca. And for the Korvax, it was there's this weird place that's cut off from our hive mind. Can you go check out what the heck's going on there? So now we just have... So this one just wants us to do side quests. Oh yeah, Space Mecha with Rolling Orb. For some reason there was an orb there that had physics, and we spent a good, like, 5 minutes just playing space mini-golf.
Nice.
Oh, I'm supposed to hunt pirates. God damn it. Fine. Also hand in some. Keep just the Sentinel ones. Take this one, just add it to the list. I've never actually done one of these quests. I don't know how it works. But it says murder for profit.
Remember, kids, murder's okay if they're criminals.
God. Stop giving me that. Why does it keep changing my mission whenever I leave the space station? I'm sorry for contacting you so late. Or early. I don't know the time of day on your world, and that's the problem, isn't it? Apollo breaks off mid-sentence. Their heart turning crimson. It found me, just like it found you. I can't feel my legs. It's strange. I'm still in here. Don't you understand? It won't let me leave. It's seen me. I don't breathe. Why would you say that I breathe? The Atlas, it can rend. Sometimes I think about my past, my future. Sometimes I do what everyone else in the universe does, I know. But I can't help but want to be happy. Money, doing what you're told day after day. That's the answer, isn't it? Apollo stares at me, as if seeing my face for the first time. Eventually they speak, their words passionate, higher. Uv hol neos zanos, kunu. Uv zoaf uv hol kulu zoav. At this point, Apollo says nothing else. I don't know what, but something, I don't know what, something fills me with hope, both for my friend and for all life.
Well, that happened.
Do we have to go, like, rescue Apollo from the Atlas now?
Oh boy, time to punch God.
Biddy says, "Hello, you dick. You're making me actually like you now. How dare." Biddy also wants to blow up God with bombs. Oh.
Oh boy.
I'm so glad they made space combat actually possible. It used to be that you had to manually, like, aim at the ships and find them and chase them. And now there's, like, specific buttons for helping you do it. Like, I fully could not do any space combat before. It was just fully impossible for me. Yeah, Biddy, you're lucky because you joined, like, without ever having to experience that. I've been playing this game from basically since its release, so I've seen it through all the various steps.
All the growing pains.
All the growing pains.
There was a good number of them for No Man's Sky.
There really weren't, though. Like, everyone talks about, oh, it was so bad on release and all that, but it wasn't actually. Like, it was difficult at some points, and there wasn't multiplayer, but it was still a really fun game. Like, because it wasn't exactly what was proposed, like, everyone acted like it was the end of the world for the company, but it wasn't. Like, the base concept never changed, it's just been polished up and refined. At its heart, it's always been a game about exploring the universe and understanding your place in it. All this, like, philosophical stuff and, like, meta stuff that we've been experiencing, that's all been there from day one. But then people will be like, haha, this has less story than No Man's Sky. Like, did you ever actually play the original No Man's Sky? Because I don't think you did, or if you did, you weren't paying attention to the story that was there. It wasn't much of one at the time, but it was interesting.
You have two different milestones of pirate murder accomplished in this mission.
I don't fight pirates a lot. Even with the updated combat, I just don't do it that much. As Biddy pointed out, I literally only have the one weapon on my ship. And same with my gun, I don't have multiple weapons on my gun, because I just have the one and it works. It's like, I don't need an M16 and an assault rifle and AK-47 when a fucking pistol works just fine.
Shapes.
Shapes.
I love that the space stations are all just shapes.
They're always good shapes, too.
Yeah.
I've never seen one that was bad. Like, boring or generic, sure, but never bad. Yeah, but he says, I have the all-purpose one, I have one to leech shields, and I'm gonna get one that does better on barrel holes. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with that setup. I just don't do that. It's the equivalent of the guy who has had the same car since the 1970s and refuses to sell it because it still fucking works. Is that? Collect 250 chromatic metal. Dude, really? That's all? Alright. He says, I love that you still get paid for the quests. Heracles demanding the payment of 10 cows after cleaning out Augeas' stables. Thank you for understanding that joke.
I think someone should make a game just about the fucking the labors of Heracles.
But he says, I do not, but I wish to. Okay, so originally Heracles only and it is Heracles, that's the Greek name. It means for the glory of Hera, which was an attempt to get Hera to stop trying to murder him all the time, which failed. He was originally given...
If anything, I feel like it would have made Hera more want to murder him.
True. So he was originally given 10 quests, but he technically failed one of them. The first was killing what's the proper name for the Hydra? It starts with an L. The something Hydra.
Lernian Hydra.
The Lernian Hydra. Once he realized the whole, like, cut off one head, two more will grow, but he didn't know how to fix it. But his lover, Iolaus, figured out that, hey, if you burn the neck stumps, they don't regrow back. And the king that ordered this was like, oh, well, you had a friend to help you, that doesn't count. So, like, that got crossed off the list. And the other one was cleaning King Augeas' stables. And he said to King Augeas, and these are, like, massive, these are royal stables that basically haven't been cleaned in years. It's hell. It's horrible. It shouldn't be possible. And he's required to do it, I think, in, like, one night. Like, it's a stupidly small time limit.
It was like a 24-hour kind of thing.
Yeah. It's basically someone telling you to clean the entire of IKEA in a night. It can't. Why are the royal stables not clean for years? I don't know.
The plot,
yeah. I'm sure there was some reason. But anyways, what Heracles did was he said to the king, if I win this, I want to have 10 of your cows. Which is not an unreasonable ask for a king. I mean, it's a lot. It's like asking for, like, thousands of dollars, but this is also, it's the equivalent of asking Bill Gates for thousands of dollars, you know? And the king agrees.
It's pennies out of the guy's pocket.
Yeah. And also, Heracles has literally nothing at this point. His family is dead. He doesn't have anything. He's basically gone into, like, penance for, you know, what he did, which was kill his family, which might have been caused by Hera in the first place. And free family in the form of cows. So King Augeas agrees because A, it's a relatively small price, and B, he's not going to be able to clean the stables. It's not going to happen. What Heracles does is he reroutes an entire river to briefly run through the stables, clean them out in a night.
Power wash it.
He power washed it, basically. And King Augeas, seeing that his bluff had been called, said, "Fuck you, no cows." So then...
You didn't clean it, the river did.
So Heracles tried to take him in court, which failed because he was the king and he could say, "Fuck you, no." And then he deposed the king, put his son in place, and got his cows and left. And the guy he was working for doing all this penance says, "Well, this doesn't count because you got payment for it."
Because, fuck you.
Because fuck you. So that was why I was saying, in your comment of, you still get paid for the quests, my first thought was Heracles getting his cows after cleaning King Augeas' stables. So that's the entire story behind my little throwaway line that I thought maybe someone would get. Just count it as theft instead of payments, because it technically didn't get the cows. You're not wrong. But also, the king that was doing this to him, I don't remember the guy's name, also just really hated Heracles. Like, the whole thing was... he was being given impossible tasks because this king didn't want him to succeed. And by giving him all these possible tasks, he just made him the most badass person in all of Greece. Which actually happened to a lot of Greek heroes, which I think is very funny. Biddy says, "I'm very curious as to how rerouting a river took less time than cleaning the stables." Because he's Heracles and he's just very strong. In one of the other tasks, he literally, carved out an island. Biddy says, "Did he just suplex a dam?" Honestly, I think that makes more sense.
Listen, whenever there's a feat of Heracles, whenever there's a feat involving strength, just assume Heracles is able to do it.
Yeah, that really is it. Which is fascinating, because, the majority of the tasks aren't about just raw strength, they're about wit as well. I think the only one that required raw strength was the Nemean lion, but even that, he knew how to do it because he was originally a shepherd, and that was a big thing in the ancient world, was if you have sheep, you're going to have to protect them from, lions and wolves. And even then he had to use his knowledge he had to use his wit by using the Nemean lion's own claws to pierce its skin, because nothing else could.
And then for the rest of the labors, he wore the lion.
He wore the lion. I like the depictions where he's wearing it as a hoodie, basically.
Yeah, it's so good. Heracles' character beat as just a Greek hero, disregarding any character development, just his shtick is that he's basically One Punch Man, but that doesn't mean jack shit unless he's smart about it.
Yeah, Heracles is One Punch Man. You're so right.
He's Greek One Punch Man, but the fact that he's One Punch Man isn't the special part. The special part is that he does it well.
What the hell is that noise?
I think it's the amount of comets surrounding you.
They're not comets, they're asteroids.
The amount of asteroids surrounding you on all sides at all times might just be crunching against your spaceship.
No, that makes a different noise.
It might also be the ice ring, depending on how close the game thinks you are to the ice ring.
It's not giving me a waypoint as to where I need to go. Maybe I'm in the wrong system? Yeah, I am. I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna teleport back there. Or not teleport, I'm gonna warp back there instead of teleporting. I still think it's really funny that upon encountering the existence of the Cancer constellation, they said, we need a crab in our mythology and we don't have one, and we're like, yeah, Hera sent a crab against Heracles and he crushed it under his foot and now it's a constellation because Hera felt bad for the crab. I'm not making that up. That is an actual thing.
The crab just going for Heracles, and it's not even a magic crab, it's just like a crab.
It's just a normal ass crab.
Yeah. I think that's my favorite part, that it wasn't even an enchanted crab or a guy transformed into a crab to better attack Heracles. It was just a crab. Just a bog standard crab that decided to hate the strongest guy alive.
Did you think that would stop him? Or I don't know. I don't think that much thought was put into it. Because the Zodiac was inherited by the Greeks from the Phoenicians, who inherited from Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia had all these different myths and legends that perfectly lined up with the constellations. Then when Greece got it, they're like, they
had to do that thing where they come up with the reasons for why it was Greek mythology all along.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
This is a very common thing with Greek mythology, where it's like they know other mythologies exist, but they want to come up with the reasons why every mythology is actually just Greek mythology, but wrong.
Yeah, with Egyptian mythology, it was, when Typhon was rampaging, all the gods got so spooked that they turned into animals and ran away, which sounds super random, but it's their explanation why Egypt worships animal-like gods.
Yeah, they mentioned that each god turning into like specific animals that lined up with Egyptian gods.
The Romans did this too, because the Romans perfected it because they themselves did the exact same thing to the Greeks. And so in their one of the only pre-Christian sources on, I think like the only written pre-Christian source of Norse mythology refers to all the gods by Roman names. And so everyone has to kind of figure out who they're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, they say Ares. Is that Thor? Maybe? Because they're both war gods? Maybe Hephaestus.
But then it's like, it's Norse mythology, everyone's a war god.
Yeah. Like, they mention Aphrodite, and it's like, this could be, like, 8 different people. There we go. He says, I understand now why the stories feel like 11 p.m. essays done by middle schoolers. Oh my god, that is the biggest burn I've heard in a while.
They're only getting away with it because the teacher is just as tired as they are.
I have done the contracts for GAT. Now what does it want me to do? Speech the card offer again. There it is. What are we doing with the story quest? We had to just do those 2 side missions. That was all they were asking of us. Which is kind of a bummer, because the other 2 gave us, like, resulting in us getting really cool items. From the Vy'keen, we got, Space Torah. And from the Korvax, we got a diamond that has hundreds of suffering souls in it.
for funsies.
I put it in storage because I didn't know what else to do with it.
An anguish cube.
Ah, you have been making me rich, friend. I know you. You are kind. The fearless adventurer, the completer of contracts. You think you are a leader. Others fight war with weapons and fear. But power is more than strength. It is trade, incentives, information. If you've enough units, others will change the world for you without even realizing it. History? Why would you care about that? Something is wrong, the Gex voice. I ask about the first spawn, the Gek Empire, that once decimated galaxies and enslaved the Korvax species. Oh, friend, you've been talking to Vy'keen warriors, yes? Ever they hate Gek. Ever they slander us, refusing to forgive the past. Do not worry, all is well. All is at peace. Why do you persist, friend? The Gek are different now. The Gek seek no harm, no malice. The Gek changed. Must you know? Why do you care, friend? The Gek seems disturbed by my questions, asking why I care. It is clear they do not wish to discuss the events of their species' past. Is it shame I see in their eyes? Or something else? Don't you understand? Don't see it? It never ended. The Gek's face begins to twitch as they speak. A sickly sweet pheromone emerging into the air. I try to hold my breath, but it is too late. The Gek did not change. They invaded our souls. I blink, and I am on Balaron itself, home world of the Gek. I stand within the center of the first Spawn Empire, witnessing events that occurred long ago. Cartographer Afkla stands next to me, watching what I watch, tears streaming down their face. I see enslaved Korvax move from Gek spawning pool to spawning pool. At each one, they cut into their own suits. Nanite clusters pool out, falling into the fluid of embryonic Gek. It is then that I finally understand. The fall of the Gek, their conversion to the Atlas, their release of the Korvax. It was not redemption. It was revolution. Hundreds of Korvax sacrificing their immortality, mingling their nanite clusters with the unborn Gek. The Gek did not become good. They became Korvax, at least in part. Their slaves altered Gek brains, shifting their nature. For the first and final time, the Korvax convergence delighted in the pain of the oppressor. The Gek stares at me, the vision coming to an end. They appear to be upset at my words. Do not judge us, traveler. That our ancestors were altered, that they did not find goodness by themselves. That has nothing to do with us. We just want peaceful lives. We just want to be happy. As I leave, I think through what I learned. The Gek released the Korvax because their biology was altered. there was no spiritual revelation, no grand redemption. It was a switch in the brain, an alteration to genetic code. I think of the simulation Nada showed me. Their intended heaven for Artemis's soul. It was a false reality, full of arbitrary and unseen rules. How is life any different?
Well, horrific.
Biddy says, the difference is that in life I can be shoving bread rolls in my mouth. Biddy, I think you have the exact same philosophy the Gek do. And I respect the hell out of that.
Would you like to hear some delightful ocean news?
Absolutely.
So, one of the big barriers to fixing the coral reefs is that out-of-season spawning is like next to impossible. Recently, a guy figured out how to make it happen.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
How?
Let me look at the article. It was shared to me in another server. Let me see. Scientists breeding corals for the Great Barrier Reef achieved first ever out-of-season spawning event.
I imagine it was like either artificially creating...
They had to like artificially create the environment, I think.
Yeah. Either that or like injecting them with the required hormones.
No, it was... They used like artificial moonlight, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
apparently,
cool.
Corals breed based off of seasonal warming and moon phases.
So if you make it warm enough and make a fake moon that's in the right phase, they'll breed.
Yep.
That's so cool. Also, hello, Biddy's other roommate.
So, basically, this means they can fix the Great Barrier Reef now.
Holy shit.
And they can fix reefs that have already been destroyed.
That's amazing.
And they can create reefs where there were none before in places where it would help.
That's amazing.
Science win.
And like
Big
this is
win.
something that wouldn't be like pushed back by people, because even if it costs some, you can say like, you know, this could be good for tourism and stuff, because reefs are gorgeous.
Yeah.
So like not only is it incredibly helpful and just good, it's something that can be marketed to the people needed to fund it.
Yeah. And also some forms of corals are you can make into like jewelry. So it's like now you can artificially farm corals.
That's amazing.
You can farm coral without like taking from wild ones now.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
It's just so good.
That's so good. Ooh, that's an S-level module. Yes, I am keeping that, thank you. Biddy wants to make a reef in the shape of a whale fall. Or like a whale skeleton. I forgot the word skeleton for a second.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Oh no, they did say whale fall as well. I was like, I couldn't tell if I had just made that up or not. I mean,
No,
like, not made up the
whale fall.
word, but I know whale falls are a thing. I know it's a real word. I just meant, like, I didn't know if I had just grabbed that out of nowhere. I think this planet might have storm crystals on it, because it's got the appropriate type of weather. So now I just need to wait for the storm to actually hit and scan around for any storm crystals.
You want to do a storm crystal farm?
I need one because I don't have any. I don't have any source of storm crystals right now.
Hmm. I'm seeing some weird dogs.
Stone, machinery. That's an armored clam. God damn it, nothing. No.
Oh, that random exclamation point.
Hazardous flora.
Oh, okay. Meaningless law.
Yeah, Biddy, if you could give me just like a few storm crystals, that would be amazing. Because if you use storm crystals in your creation, in making warp fuel, you can make 10 times the amount of warp fuel as usual. Not to mention there are a few upgrades that require it. Let's see. Find a recipe. Yeah, warp hypercore, 1 antimatter, 1 storm crystal. I don't know the exact amount that it makes, but it fills up your warp drive, your hyperdrive fully. Like, it fills it to the max. Which is incredibly amazing. I might be getting a job of sorts soon.
Oh, what kind?
Bookstore.
Oh.
They need someone, because they get donated books, and they need someone to like go through them and and see if there's like scribbles and stuff on them.
Make sure they're intact, basically.
Yeah. Because they've got like no staff at the moment.
Yeah, that could be good.
It's also an openly, like, they had pride bracelets in the front window.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the on the walk between the bus stop, and there I saw the sidewalks literally just the side, like the grass around the sidewalks were filled with cigarette butts. It was not far from a liquor store, and one of the trucks at the liquor store had a giant sticker of Trump's face on it. So I am going to be requesting car rides directly to it instead of taking the bus, because I do not feel super safe doing that.
Yeah, I can imagine. For me, I'm applied to like 13 different jobs at any given time, and getting follow-ups on like none of them.
Oof. Well, this won't be a paying job. This will be a volunteer job.
Still something to do.
Yeah. Because right
It's not
now
what-
I'm
yeah.
very much in just. Oh, come on.
You need to like get out more.
Yeah.
Is that how you're feeling?
I
Yeah.
have very much plateaued, and I'm still not at a point where I could feasibly live on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I don't plan to do that anytime soon, that is kind of like important.
Yeah.
Is just being able to, in general, take care of myself. Even if I don't intend to, just knowing that I can is important to me. So part of that is gonna be getting out more and having a schedule and having some sort of employment. At the moment, I'm not worried about money because the government has deemed me as unemployable, and so I do get benefits from that, which, if I didn't, I would be so incredibly fucked.
Yeah.
So I am very grateful for that. I ended up actually having like a bit of a falling out with a friend. Reject capitalism, become unemployable. Ended up having a bit of a disagreement with a friend just because we had like completely different ideas of what we wanted to do. Or like our views in terms of, because she wanted to like completely go off grid, and I was like, that sounds very cool, but if I did that, I would probably actually die. And she went off about how the government is horrible and does nothing ever for anyone.
So here's the thing. It's like we all know that I'm not very much a government enjoyer, but the thing about like, oh, is this lore?
No, it's not yet.
Okay.
You can continue.
Okay. So the thing about, like, you can't feasibly just cut off the government. The government's shit. We all know it's shit. It perpetuates a system that requires poverty in order to exist.
Yeah.
Same old. If you snapped your fingers and got rid of the government right now, the first people to die would be the poor people and the disabled people and the queer people.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of off-grid and survival preppers fail to understand.
Yeah.
Anyways, lore.
Yes, lore. Well then, tell me what you saw. Tell me what you learned. I tell Null all that I have learned. Of the Vy'keen crusade against the Sentinels. How they nearly succeeded, only to have the barbarism of the Gek first spawn draw the Sentinels back to the galaxy. I learned that the homeworld of Korvax was destroyed by the Gelk. The Gelk? The Gek. The survivors enslaved and melted down. For years, the Korvax toiled beneath their oppressors, until the Empire fell and they were free once more. The Gek became Atlas worshippers. But from the Gek I learned something different. The Gek did not redeem themselves of their own accord. A great number of Korvax sacrificed themselves, mingling their nanite blood with countless unborn Gek. Their impulse to trade is a mere evolution of their impulse to war. A few signals switched in the brain. I really hope that this cutscene isn't going to kill me because of the weather. Can Null become damp? I don't know.
I mean, hologram.
Oh, right. Forgot. I was born to travel, to see these worlds, to catalog them, to give a name to every creature, every planet. The skies, they were mine. The Atlas told me I could never see them all. There were too many. So I did what I had to do. I survived in the face of eternity. I saw all the worlds in my universe. I returned to the Atlas. I told them what I had done. I asked it if it was proud of me. It laughed at me, I am sure of it. It showed me universe upon universe, each with another traveler just like me. I was not special. I was not unique. The things I had to do to get here, the things I had to become, none of it meant a thing. I did not lie to you. I really do want to discover what's wrong with existence. The walls between worlds are failing. And that's bad for everyone. All I know is this. The Atlas had infinity to work with. And with few exceptions, this triad repeats. Gek, Korvax, Vy'keen. Gek, Korvax, Vy'keen. Traders, warriors, scientists. All their stories ending in violence. Think about it. How would the Atlas speak? How would it cry for help? It would use the only language it knew. It would speak with life. It would create. Whatever these life forms do, they always end in conflict. I think something terrible is happening to the Atlas. It is screaming the only way it knows how. And now, it won't speak to me anymore. It won't. It's chosen you instead. After all I did for it, after I wanted to find out what was different about this universe. We are who we are, but you, whether because of some soul, because of simulation, it does not matter. Why won't it speak to me? Why aren't I enough? Null's channel begins to falter, their hologram beginning to fade. They are disconnecting from the holoterminus. As I watch them depart, I see another channel activate. Apollo signal emerges. Traveler, I made it through. I found my way out of the portal. Where are you? I'm standing by a holoterminus. Let's trade locations. Let's meet and get off this world. I share my coordinates, and Apollo shares theirs. There must be some mistake. According to our data, we are standing in the same place. We are communicating using the same holoterminus. We try again, but still the results are the same. The world is silent, but for our voices. What's happening here? Why can't we see each other? As I speak, I receive a distress signal. Its language my own. It arrives from across the planet. Don't be like that. You are not alone. I try to tune back to Apollo, fighting the static insistence of the intruding signal. The holoterminus is showing. Are you receiving? Let's meet and get off this world. Apollo appears to receive the same signal, broadcasting from the same location on their own world. We agree to go find the source of these distress beacons. Perhaps we'll continue this discussion when we get there. Man, I can't believe Volo is a ripoff of Null from No Man's Sky. Also, yeah, I agree with Biddy that I think Apollo and I are in same planet, different universes.
The hour has struck. I will muted my voice, but I will continue to observe.
Excellent. That, okay, it went to a different one again. He says, I'm grabbing the pickle jar. Problem, I am too surrounded to have room for pickles. Solution, clean your desk. The kitchen item, these are all necessities. I don't know how to help you there, pal. Oh! It's a Moo-Moo! Apparently this is their home planet. Cool. Says solution, eat their remaining rolls. I mean, I feel like you've had a concerning amount of bread already. I mean, I can't stop you, but like... Controls a bit under fifth side. That's still a lot, though. a ship.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
God damn it. Storm approaching, become worm. Does the sentry count as country gnomes? I don't even know where to... Sure, yeah, it does. Check Discord a second. Damn, that's a really cool mask, actually. Shit, I want that mask. Is the storm done yet? Nope.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
I know you're referencing Biddy, I'm just... I don't understand how the sentry would count as country gnomes. Also, that's not how you spell gnomes. Let's see. I hear a faint sound as I examine the source of the stress beacon. It does not sound like anything I've ever encountered. There is no sign of Apollo. I have given so much to you, Atlas. We all have. You understand that, don't you? If you don't succeed, there was no point. If you don't, my life was meaningless. I can't accept that. I won't. I'm wiping you again. It's best for everyone. The audio clicks. Time passes. Don't be like that. I know you don't want this, but it'll be a different you soon. Maybe this time the sound cuts out. As it does, my vision bleeds red. A headache splitting through my mind. The screen shows the number for a moment. It shows 16. The audio clicks. Time passes. And then I see it now. With every waking breath, I see the Atlas watching me, waiting for me. Seek the Atlas. Biddy says, Anor says, seek the Atlas, and nothing bad will happen. Anor, it would probably be easier for you to just type in the chat. That's not helpful, Anor. They're just saying, and nothing bad will happen over again. That was gonna hell of a way is part of the problem. Yeah, shit, you're right. Problem is I can't have Discord open on top of my very interesting layout. So I only see your messages for like a split second, or I have to pause to read them.
Warning.
What? Whatever, okay.
Hostile ships approaching. Hostile ships defeated.
Was that it? Eh? So they're very small freighters, actually. I wonder if they've... Oh, these aren't freighters, they're frigates. They have a physical... Oh, they do have a physical existence. That's... Whoops. Sorry, sir. Hydrate before you dehydrate. Do I sound like I'm dehydrating, Biddy? Is my voice that scratchy? This is Inner says, hello, yes, the mobile is indeed like 1-2 seconds behind. Whoops. If you would prefer to continue using Discord, then I cannot stop you. But this is significantly easier for me. Yes, once I land, I will go get myself some water. Okay. If it's working for you, that is good, because it is also working well for me. Yes, there is also the bonus of having an extra viewer to the count. One day I will get 5 whole people chatting at once. And Twitch will recognize me. Oh yeah, here's the approximate coordinates. How far away is it? Oh, you know, just 1,000. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Alright. Huntico Jr. is on the right direction, so I'm gonna go get some water. I am back. What? Oh my god, did it just... Oh, okay. Oh my god. Holy shit, I fully thought it had died. Oh crap, that's a sentinel. Don't worry about it, sir. I was simply taking my revenge. My god. What a thing to come back to. One of these days I need to make server emotes. I don't know if I can do that with the whole Twitch not recognizing me. Oh. God. Again? That's not necessarily a long tunnel. Yes, it is time to once again become worm. Reject society, return to worm. Why are we in a hole? Because it protects us from the storm. Wait, did you not know why I was just randomly going into holes sometimes? Because if so, that's kind of funny. Especially considering you just didn't question it previously. Sometimes it's just worm done. Yeah, I love the implication that you just go, I guess we're in a hole now. Yeah, alright, this is normal. And then the roommate apparently cut the sponge in half the first time she tried to clean my knives. Oh no! That's actually really funny. Means that worm shelter you would not know is currently storm. Ah. That makes more sense, but I like my interpretation better because it's funnier.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
There we go. Oh, that's something in the right direction. Or maybe it is, yes, okay. Oh, there it is. Cow riding simulator. Game of the year. Cow riding simulator. That's yeah, alright. We're all clippings. What is that? First person. Break this so I can break the other thing. Scan it for silence. Don't eat the cat. Ow! Ow! Am I that close? There we go. Yes, the cow, I believe, did get chompy, but it's still okay. Ooh, beans. Although I also now have crystal flesh in my inventory, as well as raw steak. God. I'll bet you there's someone that saw that and went, I could farm this, and proceeded to just murder their animals repeatedly. This again.
Technology recharge. 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 Weather warning. Incoming storm. Technology recharge.
Traveler anomaly confirmed. Breach. 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 I approach the portal. I think of my travels so far, the decisions I have made in my long journey. I found two travelers, one who wanted to meet others of their kind, and one who just seemed to want to care about their own life. Apollo walked through the portal and survived, though we could not find each other. And Artemis... I allowed Artemis to die, rather than place their soul within a simulation. I would not wish such a fate on any being. I do not know if I was right to do what I did. I do not know what I have become as a result of my actions. The Atlas awaits me, should I choose to step through. I step forward. The gateway hums.
No oxygen levels. Suit power cells depleted.
Hello, world. It is the same terminal I faced before. It is the interface of the Atlas. An audio recording plays, echoing out across the vast interface. They said you've been displaying aberrant behavior, that you've been questioning things, raising issues of purpose, of ethics, that you wish to meet your creator. Well, here I am, Atlas. Ask what you want to ask. The audio clicks. Time passes. The voice ends. The interface grows still and silent. Reality fades. Something is wrong. Something is different. I submit. The Atlas shows me the Gek, the Korvax, the Vy'keen. It shows me all of them in an instant. All of those who had ever lived. It shows me the pattern, the design. The Atlas shows me a formula for a soul. If I put it into a machine, it would be alive. I see boxes of text filling the base of a cracked screen. I see the whole of the universe reduced to a graphical interface. The Atlas is all existence. It demands that I admit what I already know. And no matter how hard I try to hide from the truth of my own being, there is no alternative. I feel I think of how the Korvax altered the minds of the Gek, how they forced them to become good. I think of Nada's machine, how I felt towards the simulation. I feel I am not myself. I cannot accept this fate. I will not. All of this, it was supposed to be my birthright. My journey across the stars, my travels, my conquest of all I could see. No. I am real. I know I am. Even if everything I see is false. In the end, it finally speaks. Traveler, did my worlds please you? What do you think you are? You are more. You are an explorer of all I have created. You are a traveler. Do you believe you are real? How are you capable of belief if you are not real? How are you capable of choice? I will let you die right now if you wish it. Do you wish it? The Gek were traitors, defined by greed. The Vy'keen were warriors, defined by anger. The Korvax were scientists, defined by curiosity. These worlds were yours. I wanted to see what you would do with eternity. I wanted to see what you would all become. You allowed Iteration Artemis to complete their death process, preferring to wipe them from existence than to force them into a simulation. Iteration Apollo followed you through the portal and survived due to your guidance. You saved them from the fate of Artemis. You are merciful. You interfere. You have the potential for good and evil. Because of you, both live. The Atlas is silent in the face of my response. It does not require acceptance or refusal. If I am a simulated being, then I'm not even sure that I am distinct from the Atlas, from anything else. I fear I am just a code, a function dancing in the dark. It is over, Traveler. Ask your final question. Ask what needs to be asked. Whisper the final word. And to God I say, 16. 16. Catastrophic system failure. Alert. Alert. 16. What am I seeing? 16 minutes of operational time remaining. Fragmentation imminent. Data upload in... What is this place? Is it real? Extreme gravitational event. Backup generators 1 through 9845 failing. Data upload in... It is dying. The Atlas is dying. It cries out at me, afraid. I see it. I see the Atlas in all its might, its final interface. It is at the heart of every galaxy, screaming, trying to purge itself of errors. It does not want to die. But it has so few tools, and it cannot reach whatever is hurting it. I do not know how much time I have left. The Atlas has 16 minutes. Do I have lifetimes? Minutes? I do not know if I have time to say goodbye. I do not know if... What is happening to...
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
Jaybird 3 and 4, the Timeless. Locate your starship. And that, folks, is why I want to do voice acting.
Units received. Life support offline.
Oh god.
Technology recharge.
Yes, it is a friend. Can we write? That's a good question. Incompatible size. Nope, I can't. And drops hexaberries. I kind of figured. That's 5 and I'm gonna call it good. The landscape of floating lads. No, this is an anomalous planet. This is what it looks like. There are tons of these. But I definitely understand why you would say that. I clamber into the safety of my ship, nauseous, calmed. I feel as if I'm going to be sick. I almost throw up. But as I am about to do so, a voice speaks to me from my exosuit. My illness disappears. Disgust, fear, panic response detected. Countermeasure deployed. Purge neutralized. It is the voice of my exosuit telling me it has rescued me. It has been with me since my very first awakening, warning me of hazardous conditions, hostile entities, and financial transactions. In a strange sense, this voice is my oldest companion, or my oldest friend, a constant companion through thick and thin. Doesn't know any jokes. The exosuit doesn't answer, of course. It keeps itself zipped. I don't think I've ever made a joke before. I was born with the capacity to do so many things. I would have liked to live longer, if I could have. My brief happiness fades. I need to warn those I know. I need to warn all the travelers I can. The multiverse ends in 16 minutes. If we have hours, days, years left within this false space, I do not know. Scenario. Iteration number 231187661T deleted. Boundary separation failure likely. Vessel 16 emptied. Cause. Sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer. Analysis. Fresh iteration generated. Anomaly containment prepared. Broadcast received. Traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant. Position logged. System integrity scan initialized.
Component prepared. Product constructed.
What? Why are you going to put No Man's Sky screenshots on your fridge? You say it's for Atlas, but I don't know what purpose that would achieve. Atlas Sunboy. Biddy, do you not remember what happened to the Korvax scientist? Or the fact that you repeatedly have insisted on blowing up God, i.e. the Atlas? This is a very quick change of opinion. Ah. Korvax is a symptom of the Atlas's fear. I can't blame him for that. He's just trying to keep himself alive. I suppose that's fair. This thing blends into the background perfectly. Solution is one of the explorers and then as well. Yeah, I do remember that, and I also remember their memory being wiped and their entire being cordoned off from the hive mind. Just because they had interacted with us. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't know. Gave her the idea. I was only for a while, but I think I just done. Maybe Alice put a part of itself in that scientist on accident. Yeah, I can see that. Oh. Warning. Network failure. 16. Warning. Network failure. The terminal is a stream of warnings and errors, each warning of total failure. But I must do what I can. I must tell the others what I have learned. I warned travelers of what I learned. These worlds are not real. The Atlas is not a god, it is a machine, simulating countless realities for some unknown purpose. And after millennia of operation, the Atlas is coming to an end. There are 16 minutes until the system fails. Though we cannot know how much time we have left within the simulation, the time has come to make peace and say goodbye. I finish my message, not knowing if anyone will hear it. I look out across this world, wondering how much might be left to discover, how much beauty might be lost. I know what I must do. All paths have led me there. Each portal has brought me closer and closer. I must go to the center of this galaxy. It is the epicenter of the glitch. I will say goodbye to my friends if I can. And then, I will confront our creator. I will find out what happens next. Progress towards the galactic center. Grabbing a band-aid for the center of the galaxy. Said that each interaction with the Atlas brought us closer and closer, so I'm presuming that wherever we are now is going to be closer to the center than anything established.
Orbital station coordinates received.
Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. What are you doing? One's been good, but that's not what I'm looking for. Galactic core. Oh. It's gonna be more of this. God, it's 700,000 light years away. How am I supposed to do that? Light years, that's what I meant. The point still stands. Pretty sure, if you know, that I would like to find out how. Black holes. I can't select that. Wait. You know now, don't you, of our simulated nature, of the end. The Atlas, it is failing. It resets itself again and again and again and again in its panic, trying to purge what it sees as an anomaly. But each purge changes nothing. The boundaries continue to fall. Atlas will die in 16, but we do not have to go so soon. It does not need to delete us in fear. I do not know. I do not think we can know. Some things are external to the cycle. All must end. Time must end. Even here, Nada and Polo cannot escape reality fall. Data cannot survive. Make peace. Find happiness. Be who you want to be. Goodbye, companions. Goodbye, stars. I will remember. Nada and Polo will continue travels. Continue acting as we always have. So they just know already. They always know. Oh, I just had an idea. The crashed freighter, the one that had Nada and Polo's logs, they talked about a universe where all life was destroyed by the Sentinels. Is that what the resets look like? Was that a universe that was just deleted? Oh god. Well, I know, traveler friend, when it happens. I suppose it may have happened before, already. Again and again. Do you know if it has? I suppose you must not. No, friend. Do not talk about it. We are anomalous. We have an amazing anomaly station, yes, but we are still fabricated beings. We, not like you, we talk of nature brings pain, brings danger. But trust we know, friend. Trust we cry with you. That we will be with you, always. No matter the danger or cost. You are a friend. Of course. But do not lay on our account, friend. Do what you must. It will be just another discovery. Can you not help with that? Just got portals. Just devices, travel friend. To be understood, copied, advanced. That is all we can do with this universe, yes? Appreciate it. Okay? You have been a good entity. Oh, that hits hard. save beacons I have? It's for marking stuff down. Or if there's a place that I want to, like, record the location. My main inventory is finally maxed out. Sweet. I guess I just go back out now? See if, it gives me anything? Oh! Never mind. Yeah, okay. That was always there, I guess. I'm very smart. I promise. I swear it. I know things. Was it at free storage? It still costs like 230,000? Huh? Oh. Oh my god. The Atlas is dying. It wants me to reset it, to plunge myself through its interface at the center of the galaxy. But to do that may reset this world, my life, and all that I know. I do not know if I can do it. Seek the final interface, complete the Atlas path, explore the galaxy. What does it mean, complete the Atlas path?
Orbital station coordinates received.
That's not far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... Well, first I'm gonna pause, step out a bit, but after that I'm going to go to the system that has the black hole, just so that I have it, like, recorded and visitable again. And then after that, I think... Atlas seeds. Okay, I think this is important. I think this is something we need to do. Because I'm just... my main goal is to have access to the full portal system. So maybe this will help? So yeah, we'll have to see. I'm here. I apologize if that took so long. The reason is I literally forgot we were streaming in the time that I was gone. Yup. God. No, it left for 90% of the time when I say I'm gonna step away for a bit or I'll be right back, it's because I need to use the bathroom. Actually, I think every single time I've said that, it's been I need to use the bathroom. Because I don't want to explicitly say that. Any other time, I'll be like, I'm grabbing a snack. Or whatever. Data injection sequence receives source unknown. It gave me a glyph. That's new. Hold on. Ooh, this one's good. Requires 10 tons. And it's got all positive traits so far, and it's A class, but it's very expensive. What I really want is like C class ones. They take longer to upgrade, but they will only get like the main thing it's oh, this one's perfect. So the way it works is if you upgrade a frigate on your own, all the new traits will be positive. But if you buy one with all positive traits, it's super expensive. And when you buy one, it can also have negative traits sometimes. So in my opinion, it's better to look at the fuel requirements. Because that will stay the same. So that one I definitely want. Let's see if there's any others. There's one. Oh, that's 11 tons. Yep, no, that's definitely not. 11 tons and a negative trait. It's absolutely a no-go. Yeah, 12, yeah, that's not gonna happen. I know I'm very picky about freighters, but I'd rather be picky than get stuff I don't want. Combat, 8 ton. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, is this the first one, I think? Class. Honestly, 10 tons isn't that bad. And it's got a lot of good traits, and it's already A class. I think I might take it, yeah. Listening to 5 tons of support frigates, those that have the ones too. So. I don't really I haven't really paid attention to the class that much. It is possible. The thing is, I don't go shopping for frigates that much. Ow. Oh, okay. You ever hit your head on a wall and it gives you money? Tomorrow for your C class, I can't send one more expensive boxes. It's the insurance payout. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you can choose what... Look, I didn't know that my first run-throughs either, but yeah, you can choose which one to pick, which one to upgrade. It's amazing. Yeah, that was what I thought the first time too. I thought that was the case, but no, you can upgrade them at any time. It's amazing. It's not bad to start with your original inventory. Textile slots all of my dark cargoes. Data injection to see a source unknown. Is it gonna give me another glyph? It did! It gave me another glyph! Oh my god, okay. I don't know if this used to be the case, or it's the case if you don't do this. But, what I've always heard is that you have to find Traveler Graves, and they're super rare. So I thought that was, always the case, but apparently not. That's really good. By the way, I have no idea what, like, saves the space station to your teleport, so I always just, like, interact with the teleporter just to make sure. Got one near base where I was really glad to talk to. Honestly, same. Oh, the grave. Oh, if you have a grave, interact with it. You gotta. Okay. Oh. Parasol did bad damage to ship. Alright. Stay increased the Corvex. And some nanites. Cool. How do I enter this, actually? Is this it? Nope. That's just more of the hole, I guess. Oh, that's probably a good point. Yep, there it is. Cole Willow the Infinite. Yep, du for what? Hate Duke Plen. Wolfor Ku, Traveler. The Atlas called me to this interface, and yet its purpose remains unclear. It demands worship, demands obedience. It welcomes me. It knows what I am. It offers the gift of true understanding. But why? Why does such power and knowledge crave submission? It knows my thoughts before I know them myself. It knows what I will do. The Atlas speaks to me to follow its path. I will accept this. The sky is deep and full of wonders, and the path to enlightenment opens to me. So, this quest path can be accessed from almost any point. So it is written with the expectation that you have not necessarily finish the main quest. Thus why your character's behavior seems so different from just now, when we previously interacted with it. So make this right off the bat. Find the next interface. Okay.
Orbital station coordinates received. Oh no. Oh, so my characters produce quest icons. Universe scanner, what is that? Apollo? Well, I got your message. It's been a lot to take in. Simulation? Everything's not real? It feels like it doesn't matter, I suppose. If we're gonna die anyway. And I've been thinking about that. If the problems of this universe are due to the Atlas crying for help, then it's been crying for a long time. Those 16 minutes, I'll bet we have years before we die. I've been thinking a lot about it. How we couldn't meet, even though we seem to be staying in the same place. I don't think we really were in the same location at all. I think these portals, they don't transport us. They transform us. They cut through dimensions. That's what I think, anyway. It's the only way to explain it. And if the walls between worlds really are fallen, maybe we'll be able to have a drink together before the apocalypse, after all. I say goodbye, telling Apollo that I am on a journey to the center. They tell me they will erase me there. We speak of the memories we have shared, though we did not know each other for very long, although we did not meet. They say that they are proud to have worked with me. Goodbye, friend.
It's over there. Oh, still one left.
Hostile ships approaching.
Yeah, that was a very weird bit of timing there. There we go.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Which side is up? There it is. Yeah, it's something you never see in, like, sci-fi movies or shows. Like, the fact that none of the ships are going to be on the same plane. That's not how space works. What have you got? Better, but I cannot even slightly afford it. But at least I got a cargo bulkhead. It's down to here. Atlas seed containing zonally shifted quasi-stellar substrate. Warning. Do not allow Matrix to commune with this dimensional space. Alright. We can sell it, but we're gonna... I think it's like a... There's a bunch of different seeds, and you have to use the last one to build the next one. I think I'm gonna call it good when we get to the next interface. Because it is getting late and I need to eat supper. Benefit? I've been told there's a benefit. I can't tell you any, like, mathematical exacts, but I've been told that, yes, there is a benefit. Hyperdrive has no fuel. Supper for tonight is going to be chicken tenders and cheesy popcorn. And I am delighted about that. Cliff 6 of 16. Good lord. Yes, chicken tendies. I just got the urge to bite my iPad. Honestly, yeah, that's a vibe. The only reason I'm not bitey is because I'm talking. 7 of 16. Yours choose slightly bitter leaf. Ah! Why a slightly bitter one? Ah, spinach. Is spinach bitter? Raw spinach is, okay. That's probably not good for you then. Like, usually when stuff is bitter, it's because it has something in it that, you know, you need to cook it out first. Just based on my experiences, spinach chasing. You should probably look up whether or not. I mean, yeah, it could be fine. I don't know anything about spinach, but my brain is just like concerned. This is different. This one's not words. They do have words. It's sleeping. It does look like that, doesn't it? Some of these have words, but some don't. That had a word. Nap time for Sunboy. That was a ominous nap. Viewers outside Ross Mansion. Okay. Like I said, I didn't have any, like, reason, like, specific reason of, like, I know that this is bad. It was just I was just worried. Feels wrong to just run around this place, you know? Endless, Orphos, Saltus, Namilkio, Zoki Vilik. The Lifnera Gri, the Shimavho, Erziel, ends. Erdama and Tuf. Imteaj and Webersta. Cecilskis Nazvahane. Another Atlas interface. How many of these constructs exist in the deep void? How long have they been slumbering, waiting for a traveler? Have they been expecting me? Am I somehow chosen? The Atlas crafted this existence. The Gek, the Vy'keen, the Korvax, the stars that fill the sky, and the hatred that burns within the deep. Every world that turns and every form that lives, the Atlas offers it all. Oh, the milestone requirements are increasing. Take the gift of knowledge, certain of my decision. All doubts are silenced. The stars await me. The formula has been learned. This Atlas shell holds the remains of a parasitic spaceborne life form, most likely of extra-dimensional origins.
Product constructed.
Now, so water bear? It said parasitic, and also extra-dimensional. Simulation, everything around as soon as possible. Again, parasitic. Before I log out, I'm going to skim through my bases, pick up all the stuff that's been running, just so that I end up getting more over time. Not sure how these seem to take things if you want to be. I guess? Sure, it's an extra-dimensional parasitic water bear, if you want. I apparently cannot stop you. Oh, not that. This. Just send boy in Paris and water bear free message. Where's... There we go. Fully got lost there for a second. Looks like that's the only one that grew. It's alright.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology
Yep, that's the advantage of biodomes, baby. It's a pain to set up, but the benefits are yours to reap. Going to make so many. Do that. They're really good. Just be warned that they take up a good bit of power. That's good. I'm not going to exit the game because I plan on setting up the livestock thing and letting that run for a while I go make my food. But, yeah. I'll see you all next time.